Hi guys, my name is Mr. Bloomingdale and I am a teacher here in Atlanta, Georgia at a school called Drew Charter School. And I am so excited today because I get to read you a story that is all about gardening, which is something that I really love. And the story of our book today is called Tops and Bottoms. And the author of our story today, her name is Janet Stevens. And as I'm looking at the cover here, I'm noticing that there are two characters. There's Bear, who really looks like he's a lazy person. I notice he's laying down, his eyes are even closed, he's not even paying attention. And then there's his neighbor right here, Hare. And Hare is like a rabbit, and I notice he's holding some of the plants that they've been growing in his garden. And I'm wondering why Bear's sleeping, and also guys, I'm wondering why does Hare get to keep all the good parts of the plant? And it looks like Bear's not getting very much of anything at all. Let's read and find out in our story today. Tops and Bottoms by Janet Stevens. Oh wow, look at all those delicious vegetables. Oh, yep, and there are the tops of the vegetables, and there are the bottoms of the vegetables. What a great picture. Once upon a time, there was a very lazy bear who had lots of money and lots of land. His father had been a very hard-working and smart business bear. Now, that means that he was very smart and he took care to keep his money safe, and so he had gotten lots and lots of land, and he even had a house. And his father had given all of that wealth and all of that money and nice things to his son. But all Bear wanted was to go to sleep. And I noticed right here, I don't even see his face. It looks like, oh, there it is. He's sleeping. He's not paying any attention to all of this wealth and this money and nice things that his father has given him. What an interesting book too. This one opens from the bottom to the top, just like the name of our book. Not far down the road lived a hare, and a hare is like a rabbit. Hare, altogether, he was very clever, but sometimes he got in trouble. When you're clever, that means you're smart, and sometimes you're a little bit tricky. Now, he sometimes got in trouble. He had once owned a lot of land too, but now he had nothing. He had lost a risky bet with a tortoise, and now he had to pay off his debt, which was he owed some money to the tortoise, to the turtle, and he had to sell his land. So he doesn't have any land to grow anything on. Oh no, and I'm noticing right here, he has a very large family, and I'm sure that they need some food. Oh, there's his wife, Mrs. Hare. She says, "Our children are so hungry, Father Hare." "We must think of something," Miss Hare cried. So Mr. Hare and Mrs. Hare put their heads together and they thought, and they cooked up a plan. Now they're not cooking something in a pot, they're just thinking together. They're cooking up a plan, they're thinking together, what can we do to get some money or to get some food for our family? Aha, the next day, Hare hopped down the road to Bear's house. Bear, of course, now we all know Bear is sleeping because he's a very lazy bear. Now, Bear opened up one eye as they walked up. "Hello, Bear, wake up. It's your neighbor, Hare, and I have an idea." We can be business partners," Hare said. "All you need to do is give us this field right here to use. We'll do all the hard work, planting and weeding and harvesting, and all you have to do is just sit there and sleep." "Huh?" said Bear, because he knew that didn't sound like it made very much sense. "So what will it be, Bear?" asked Hare. "The top half or the bottom half?" "Oh, let's see." Bear is a little sleepy still. He's just waking up, so he's probably not making the best decisions. I'll take the top half." "All right, tops," said Hare. He smiled. It's a done deal. So when you make a deal with someone, you don't go back on that. So he said, "Okay, you get the tops. That means I get the bottoms." Now, we all know that Hare is very clever. I think he might be trying to trick Bear. Let's see what happens. So, Bear went to sleep, just like they said, and Hare and his family went to work. Hare planted, and Mrs. Hare watered, and then all the other children weeded. That means they're pulling up all the plants that are not good for growing. So they're pulling up all of those bad plants, and they're putting the good seeds in the soil. Because we know that for things to grow, we need soil, water, and sunlight. Hare is a very hard worker. And Bear, yeah, he's lazy. Bear slept as the crops grew. And I'm noticing, guys, that house that his dad left him, some of the pieces of the house are starting to fall off. Look at this. Yeah, that house is in disrepair. That means he's not repairing it, he's not fixing it, he's letting it just fall apart. He's wasting that. Oh, it looks like the plants are ready. When it was time for the harvest, Hare yelled out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the tops and I get the bottoms." Bear is still sleeping. Man, it's been a long time for those plants to grow. He really is lazy. Hare and his family dug up all the carrots, the radishes, and the beets and plucked off all the tops. So they're ripping off all those leaves that are on the top of the carrots and beets and radishes, and then they get to keep the bottom part. Look at all those great vegetables down there. And all Bear gets is all these messy green leaves. Bear stared at his pile. But Hare, all the best parts are in your pile, he said. You chose the tops, Bear, said Hare. Now, Hare, you tricked me. And you planted the field. You're going to do it again. And this season, I want the bottoms and you get the tops. So, clever Hare, he was so tricky. He got all of the good stuff this time. So Bear is saying, no. Next time I want the bottoms, you get the tops. He agreed. It's a done deal, said Hare. Something tells me, guys, that Hare has a trick up his sleeve. He's going to do something that Bear is not going to like. Let's see what it is. So Bear went back to sleep. That was the deal. And Hare and his family went back to work. They're such hard workers, guys. They planted and watered and weeded. Man, they're really taking care of the land here. And here's Bear being lazy, sleeping. And look, even the boards, the floor of his house, they're breaking and coming up. He's really not taking care of his house. It is in disrepair. While Bear slept, the crops grew. They're getting bigger. I see them growing here in all of these little rows. Now, when it was time for the harvest, when you harvest something, that means that you're picking those vegetables, they're ready to eat. He yelled up to Bear, "Wake up, Bear! You get the bottoms and I get the tops." Oh, okay, so they switched. So this should be fair, right? Hare and his family gathered up the lettuce, the broccoli, and the celery. He pulled off all the bottoms and the roots. He ripped those off, tossed them over in a pile for Bear. Then he took all of the good tops of the plants and put them in his own. Oh, wow. When you have celery, broccoli, and lettuce, the top part of the plant is the part that you eat. All these roots down here, those don't look very appetizing. They don't look like anything you could sell and make money with. Oh, and I noticed Bear's starting to wake up. He's opening one of his eyes. I wonder what he's going to say, how he's going to react. Bear looked at the pile and scowled. Ooh, he's like, I don't like it at all. Hare, you cheated me again. Ooh, Bear does not think it was very fair. But Bear, Hare said, you wanted the bottoms this time. He growled, you plant this field again. This time I get the tops and I get the bottoms. You're right, poor old Bear. It's only fair that you get both the tops and the bottoms. This time, it's a done deal, Bear. Every time he said it's a done deal, Hare is very clever. He is very tricky, and I think he might be having an idea of how to trick Bear again. How's he going to do that, though? He already got the tops, he got the bottoms. Is there anything else? Let's see. Let's find out. So Bear went back to sleep. Hare and his family went to work. And they planted and watered and weeded. And they watered and weeded some more. Ooh, whatever they're planting is taking a lot more time this time. And a lot of work. Look at this teamwork. The brothers and sisters are all working together to help water those seeds that they're putting in the ground. Bear slept as the crops grew. Oh wow, yep, there they are in their rows again. And Bear, oh my goodness, look at all of the pieces of his house that are falling apart, guys. It is in such disrepair. He's not taking care of his farm. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear. It's time to go. This time you get the tops and the bottoms." Well, that sounds like a good deal. I'm sure he has to be happy this time. There in front of Bear's house lay a field of corn. Ooh, yeah, golden, beautiful yellow corn. Let's see what happens. Hare and his family yanked up the corn stalks. So they're pulling it up out of the ground. And then they tore off the bottoms, the roots of the stalks. And then they tugged off the tassels or the top. So here are the roots. He's breaking off the roots. And then way up at the very top of the plant, these are called tassels. And they're pulling the tassels off the top. But wait, you don't eat roots of the corn and you don't eat the tassels at the top. Oh goodness, I think, guys, that he tricked Bear again. He's so clever. So, see, Bear, you get the tops and the bottoms, but I get the middles. So, not the top of the plant, not the bottom of the plant. Right in the middle is where those delicious corn is. The delicious corn stalks right there. Oh my goodness. He tricked him again. He is going to make a lot of profit, guys. That means when he takes all of these vegetables back to his family, they're going to be able to eat some of it and they're going to be able to sell some of it and make some money. Oh my goodness, what a profit. By now, Bear was wide awake. He said, "Oh my goodness, I am so upset. This is not fair." His eyes were wide open. He was wide awake. "That's it, Hare," he howled. "From now on, I'm going to plant my own crops and I'm going to take the tops, the bottoms, and the middles." Hare and his family scooped up all the corn and hopped down the road to their home. Now, they're satisfied. They got exactly what they wanted. But Bear, it seems like he may have changed his mind about letting someone else plant his field that his father had purchased and saved for him. I don't think Bear is going to be wasting all of that land anymore. Oh, look at his face. He is very upset, very frustrated. Now, Bear never again slept through a season of planting and harvesting. Look at him up here. He is digging in the dirt. He had never done that before. Oh, look, even his house is fixed. He did all the work to fix his house too. He must be a hardworking person now. Hare bought back his land, and then, with the profits, he opened up a stand to sell the vegetables. So his family has food, and they also have a place where they can sell their vegetables now. And he even has some land so he can plant his own. That's a very smart businessman. Now, even though Hare and Bear lived happily as neighbors, they never again became business partners. So Bear said, "Okay, we'll get along as neighbors living near each other, but I'm not going to do a job with you again. I'm not going to work with you again because I have my own land and you have your own land." I think that was a good decision. The end. And there's some delicious vegetables that you can grow in your garden just like they did. But I have a question for you. So, my question, boys and girls, like I said at the beginning, is why does Hare get to keep all the good parts of the plants and Bear gets all of the scraps, just all those leftover pieces that weren't so good on those plants? I wonder why that happens. Why don't you let us know? And I hope that you enjoyed this book, boys and girls. Again, let me read the title for you. It's Tops and Bottoms by Janet Stevens. And I hope you have a great day.